What's going on, guys? No Guides here. Welcome back to another video. Now in today's video we've got another video, top mistake that a lot of gold tier players make that elite players do not. I'm going to walk you through some gameplay and I'll walk you through what a gold player will do, and in contrast what an elite player do. And sometimes it's just the small things that make a big difference. And I'll be continuing this series along. If you haven't watched the first episode, make sure you do go ahead and watch that. And don't forget, I do have a second channel, Nil Guides 2. I'll be uploading new videos and I'll be starting RTG on the next generation. But without further ado, let's go into the first clip. Now, the first thing I want to go over is a corner. I defend corners a bit differently. There isn't really a guaranteed way of defending corners. This is the way that I do. I want to walk you through what I do. I think this is the most success rate. I think is the key of pushing someone close out and moving the goalkeeper. Let's break this down. Whenever it's a corner, the first thing I do always is I move the goalkeeper. So I'm always thinking in the back of my head, whereas goalkeeper. Problem is that headers this year is just pure luck. It's basically smack it inside the box and press the shoot button. You try to do like a low driven header with the L1 R1 button, but most time it's just luck. I like to typically move the tallest player or a tall defender, and I like to put him over here just to basically capture this area. So normally someone tries to make a run inwards or make a run towards the near post. You have someone posting to that area. So normally the tallest person, I select him and then move him out manually. Just be careful not to drag in one of these players that are basically man marking one of your opponent's defenders. So don't move any of these AI guys out. The second thing is I move the goalkeeper to this point. I move him just before the white line. This is basically the optimum point. The reason why you move him over here is if the ball gets distributed in this area, the goalkeeper will naturally run out and punch the ball away. And at this point, if he does try to take a cheeky shot and go towards goal, the goalkeeper will run back. So the further you move him out, the higher risk your opponent can make a kind of a free kick. I want to say to the tip is, if you see this guy's right footed and he's going to make an inward swinger, don't bring him out too much, just bring him out just a tad bit. So the first step is number one, moving the goalkeeper. Now how you move the goalkeeper? Very, very simple. You hold the right analog stick down, click it down, hold it down, and then move the right analog stick to the left hand side, and that's what moves the goalkeeper. And then as you can see over here, I bring out Mbappe. I bring out the wrong player. As you can see, I bring out Mbappe by mistake. Then I switch to this player and I plant him over there. This is, I think, the most optimum setup. That way when the cross does come in, you basically got the near post on lock, and at least that way you're challenging for the ball with someone else. And most of the time you either get the ball or your opponent gets the ball, but it's enough to put him astray. If you are worried about someone abusing the near post, you can of course bring the goalkeeper a bit more further over here, but obviously do bear in mind that someone could try doing a cheeky cross into the box. But that is something I rarely concede corners. I would say maybe only 1 in 6 corners that I do concede. Now the second clip I actually want to go over is the first touch. Now in this clip you're going to see I end up scoring a goal. The most important thing in this entire clip is taking the touch away from your opponent, which is what led me to the goal. People will think it's because I got Neymar I scored this goal, but truthfully speaking it's not. It's the first touch. Now when your opponent is parking a bus like he is over here and it's hard to break through, the most important thing is your first touch is always in a safe area. When a ball gets played to Gelson Martins, the most important thing is understanding if there's players around you. If they're close by, you can do a quick pass away, or you can take a touch into the space. So this is shown over here. Look, you can see with Gelson Martins, when the pass gets played to me, I immediately see my opponent is nearby. So before the ball even gets to me, as you can see, I've already registered the left analog stick to take a touch away. Why this is important is, naturally speaking, when your opponent's going to defend, they're going to defend towards the goal, or they're going to basically tackle you. If you take a touch away, naturally speaking, your body protects the ball. So your opponent is parking the bus when you do pass the ball around. You can even see the exact same thing here. When I pass the ball to Mukiele, my defender, before the ball even gets to me, again, I'm holding the left analog stick down, anticipating where the free space is before the ball gets me. This keeps me ahead of my opponent. Now, this seems like it's very, very simple to do, but a lot of gold tier players don't do it. And it's really what's the biggest difference when you're attacking. Are you taking a touch away and protecting the ball, stopping your opponent from getting the ball? Even over here, watch, when I make the pass to Neymar, as you can see, before the ball has even arrived to me, I take a touch away. Why? If I take a touch upwards or like this, my opponent can easily get the ball. But by taking a touch downwards, I protect the ball, keep it safe. And then when there's a chance for me to go through like here and I'm in a 1v1 situation, again, same thing. Take a touch away, go back around. And then when I see Neymar available, create the angle to make a pass. And watch here. Watch my left analog stick. I'm now in a situation I can either go up or down. Now, realistically here, you could do a fake shot or a scoop turn or do an elastico, but everyone's going to say to me, it's because you got Neymar. So I use this example because the left analog stick touch. Look at this first touch. At this point, I can either go up and down. Whichever way I go, it's a 50-50 chance. By the time this guy switches to this player to that player, I would have already made a movement. That way you're almost guaranteed in front of goal. Naturally speaking, he's probably going to defend the central area of the goal, so you're more inclined to think I'm going to be going upwards. Now obviously with a 5-star weak footer, you've got more maneuverability because you can decide which way to go. Someone like Neymar or someone like Ben Yedder or someone like Dembele are cheap. The most important thing is take a touch before the ball arrives to me. And as you can see, look, I'm holding down left analog stick. I take a touch into where the ball, into the space. And that's what gives me the touch and gives me the goal. It's not the fact that I got Neymar. It's nothing like that. It's a simple thing that I took a touch away from the player, created the angle, and then took a separate touch to take a shot towards goal. The most important thing is taking the touch to create the angle and playing it safe and protecting the ball. The next clip I want to go over is positioning, especially in terms of using your CDM. When you're defending, the most important thing is anticipating where the ball is going to be. It looks very, very easy, but the most important thing is you have to be proactive. That's the most important thing. So as you can see, when the ball gets played over here, I try to be a bit aggressive with of course, Mbappe because I'm playing a 4-4-2. But once the ball gets split, and as you can see, I'm in a situation like this. At this situation over here, if I commit forward with any of these two players, I'm basically stuck in what I like to call Bermuda's Triangle. The reason why I call it Bermuda's Triangle is if you try to go towards the ball with any of these players, your opponent can always distribute the ball away. Especially there's one player trapped in the middle of it, as you can see over here. So when the ball gets played over here, I got to make a choice. Now the first thing is I don't bring out these two CDMs. Most people here will switch. A lot of goal tier players, they'll switch to Renato Sanchez or switch to a CDM. And then they'll bring him out, and therefore they'll create a 1v1 or 2v2 or 2v1 situation. What I do here is I end up bringing Mbappe and I bring him backwards. That way I maintain integrity at the back. I'm not obviously not parking a bus, but what I'm saying is I'm maintaining my CDM integrity. Bringing Mbappe, who's my forward player in a 4-4-2, bringing him back to mark the passing lane. Now what this does is, just by me moving him like this, it now forces him to either make a pass going forward or to someone else. So I basically locked one passing lane out. It's too risky for him to take a pass over here because I can intercept the ball and then I can get it. But let's say over here, he makes a pass inwards. Now again, the same thing. I don't go to see, once I'm here, I'm in Bermuda's Triangle again. The most important thing is you got to realize here, what's the decision you got to make? You got to be proactive. Here, if I go towards this guy, he's going to pass the ball away. If I try to run towards this guy, he'll pass the ball back. So the best thing you want to do is you want to, as I said, run this way. Now, because if he passes the ball back, that's better for you is going away from goal. You don't want him to be over here. Once he's over here, he's in a 1v1 situation. You can do a running fake shot or a bridge skill move, anything to get past one of these defenders. In a situation, the safest thing to do is to always mark the passing lane to the striker. As I said, the most important thing is being proactive. Understanding where the danger is first. If you always mark this danger man, the striker, you will naturally become a better player. Because the reason why is most of the time, I would say very much most of the time when you're attacking, your opponent wants to pass the ball to the striker. Why? That's the person who's going to shoot. If you're able to be proactive and able to cut the passing lane and switch to a player and anticipate where the ball is going to be, or man mark the defender, man mark the striker, should I say, with your defender, you're always going to be one step ahead. Here's another example I wanted to quickly show you just to finalize this off. So as you can see, the ball gets played in between me, and as you can see visibly, I'm in big trouble. As you can see, he's basically outnumbering me. He's got so many attackers, he's losing 2-0. He's got team press on. I got 3 players all the way over here because I was attacking and he got the ball back. Once I'm over here, you got to make a decision. What do you do? Now, realistically here, the most safest thing for me to be is to mark these guys, but no one is close by. The best thing for me to do is to choose either Renato Sanchez or Sissoko. The reason why I chose Sissoko in a situation is because Sissoko had a shadow on him and he's faster, so I knew he could recover in time. But I do not bring any of these back for out of position. Why? When you do that, you're going to create a hole in your defense. It's football 101. You probably know to play football yourself. You never break your defensive back line. Always maintain numerical advantage, especially when you're defending. As you can see, when the ball gets played in like so, with Sissoko, I don't actually run to get the ball. I apply a bit of pressure, but I'm basically running back to basically be just in front of my 2 centre backs. And what that allows me to do is position myself, and that way, I never break my defensive line. If I chose to run out with my centre back, I'll only have one centre back in place and my opponent can do a quick through ball and split me up. The benefit is by keeping my entire back four in line is they stay in shape. Trust AI. Defensive AI is much more important this year. They're much more, well, it's too OP in my opinion, but just rely on them. So I would say here, use your CDM and defend with your sim. That way you don't break your back four. And that way you can still man mark a striker and always push your opponent away. Again, maintaining where the angle towards goal is. And that way your AI players, remember your back four AI, they will position themselves naturally. So you can use your CM to defend. So the most important thing is, of course, when you're defending, not only being proactive, is understanding which is the correct player to choose. Choose the correct player, understand where the danger is, defend the danger with your CDMs first, not with your back four, and I can guarantee that will increase your goal. This is probably the biggest mistake that a lot of gold tier players make, is that they defend with the wrong players, or they push someone out of position, or they don't trust AI. AI is there for a reason. I wish it wasn't like this in my opinion, but that's the truth. If you want to get better at the game and you want to see less goals, use your CDMs to defend and run back with them. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this kind of mini series on mistakes that a lot of gold tier players make. I want to make it quick, short and sweet this time before the weekend league. Don't forget, as I said, I do have a second channel, Nil Guides too. And of course, if you do want to join my paid FIFA School Series, link is down below in the description. But for now, take it easy, have a wonderful evening, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.